to get to share some of Canva's vision for how AI and creativity can help augment the next generation of Canvas tooling. My name is John Milinovich, and I lead generative AI products at Canva. I'm excited to really dig into our vision for how AI can be a fundamental accelerant to the design process and how we go about putting that vision into our product every single day. First, I'll start with a little bit of our vision for our human-AI partnership. We'll talk about some of our product philosophies and how that comes to life through a few specific examples of features that we've built. And then I'll talk about why we think this matters to the future of work and creativity. Canva's mission is to empower the world to design. We've been steadfast in this mission for the last decade since we were founded, and we'll continue to be working under this banner for the next many decades to come. Canva is an all-in-one visual communication platform that puts every aspect of the design workflow into a single, easy-to-use tool. It's what started as an alternative to complex and fragmented, expensive design workflows, has now evolved into a tool that's a complete workspace that we see teams and enterprises getting tremendous value from everything from slide decks to social posts, websites to whiteboards, and everything in between. The way that we've been able to do this is by heavily leaning into creating an incredibly intuitive product experience that today is now available in over 100 languages, used by people in over 190 countries. And we have a very generous free product as well as a paid product, which is available for students, teachers, and nonprofits for free. Something that we talk about a lot as a deeply held core belief at Canva is that everybody is creative. Oftentimes, they just don't have the confidence to be able to express themselves yet. And we see Canva as a fundamental accelerant to help people really actualize their creative ideas. As many of the people in this room should be familiar, creativity is central to the AI debate, and especially in the visual realm, which has raised a tremendous amount of very important questions for creatives and artists worldwide. Canva's approach has been to always make design and creativity more accessible using whatever the latest technology is at the time. And we see AI as just the latest way that's helping us take the same mission to the next level. AI is fundamentally an accelerant and not a replacement at Canva. Our position is that human creativity cannot and absolutely should not be aimed to be replaced. We've been working with AI and machine learning at Canva for the last 7 years, starting with early investments into search and recommendations to personalize our marketplace and to help add contextual recommendations into our editor so you can find that perfect graphic to pull into your slide deck to make it look absolutely right. We took things to the next level in 2021 with the acquisition of Kaleido and their flagship product, Remove BG, which was the company's first foray into deep learning. Things then continued to accelerate in 2022 when we launched Magic Write and Magic Media, which were our first two products built on large language models and diffusion models. This laid the foundation for us to roll out our entire Magic Studio of products over the course of 2023 and 2024, with the addition of Dreamlab to our Magic Studio following our acquisition of Leonardo. Canva has invested heavily in bringing AI to every step of the design process. And Magic Studio is our suite of all-in-one AI tools with over 15 AI native tools, all accessible directly from within an editor while a user is in their design workflow. Together, these all combine to create one incredibly powerful workflow that adds speed to every single step in the design process. One of the exciting benefits we have at working at Canva is our massive distribution footprint. So now we're able to take these features and make them accessible to our diverse audience of over 225 million users around the world, including over 90 million students and teachers, and over 95% of the Fortune 500. We're excited to share that our AI tools have been used over 13 billion times. One of my favorite parts of getting to build generative AI at Canva is all just the absolutely incredible use cases that people have for our technology. It's incredibly motivating for myself and the team to get to see all these crazy cool things people came up with that we could have just never even imagined. Some of my favorites are AI avatars that people are using for teaching and using tools like Magic Edit to help them with their landscape planning, which you can see in the top left corner up here. The pace of visual AI is rapidly accelerating, and this couldn't have been a better time to be building in this space. Our team had this vision for what we call the designable everything, where we could take any types of media assets and make them remixable the same way that templates were on Canva. And it's been incredibly exciting to see that vision be able to come to life through features like Magic Grab. We believe that fundamentally AI is transforming work and creation in an unprecedented way. And this is happening at the intersection of what's possible, what people are ready for, and what people need. We've seen many incredible leaps so far in this space, and we believe there's so much more change that's about to come. We believe that the true future here happens at the intersection of a deep human AI partnership. And fundamentally, we have to focus on building AI that is meant to augment people, not to replace them. A key question we ask ourselves a lot internally is, how do we empower users and their creativity? So I'll now dive into some of the product philosophies that we have and the strategies for how Canva is doing that. The first is always put the user experience first. Users care about getting a job done. They don't care at all about what model is under the hood that's required to do that. Today, the AI landscape is incredibly fragmented with dozens, if not hundreds of players for every single job to be done within the design landscape. Our approach to us, this actually looks very similar to the way the design landscape looked when we were started over a decade ago. And our approach has been to be able to take all of those different use cases and aggregate them into one simple, easy to use platform under one subscription price. This also lets us create a consistent user experience for our users across different models from our partners and ones that we build in-house, as well as our hundreds of apps in our AI marketplace. One great example of this is Magic Write, which is an open AI integration with a unique Canva experience built on top. With Magic Write, you can generate text that's suitable for whatever the length of design is that you're working on. You can easily get contextual prompt suggestions on how to continue to refine what you're writing. You can also rewrite things into your own brand voice. And there's a fun little fairy dust button which you can click, and you have to see what that one does for yourself. Canva has been one of the first to embrace building at AI's application layer. Magic Media launched just weeks after Stable Diffusion hit the market. And one of the big advances that we've seen in being able to work with pre-trained models is the ability to relentlessly focus on crafting the absolutely best user experience. Now that we're also operating as our own model creator with Design AI and working with Leonardo, this gives us a new level of flexibility of thinking about the entire user journey end to end. So big strategy two is really leaning into our depth of understanding in the design experience. AI for design is an incredibly complex, deeply subjective space with so many considerations from layouts to compositions, cohesions to styles, to textual relevance. How does this change for whether you're creating a slide deck, which is very composition, content heavy versus a social post, which is very visual? How do you make these things not feel stale and just like it was created by AI? How do you actually make it feel fresh and dynamic and high variety? We see this as a frontier problem that Canva is uniquely positioned to solve. So a great example of this user understanding is what we call internally the blank page problem. Just by a show of hands, how many people have had to procrastinate when they've had to start creating a new slide deck? Yeah, me too. We created Magic Design as a solve for this, which actually gives you an intelligent starting point for whatever you're working on based on a simple text prompt. Fundamentally, this will give the human still control over the end output. We'll be able to generate presentations, videos, social posts, and more that can all be edited natively within the Canva product. Ultimately, this is all about giving users an excellent first draft for what they're working on with incredibly strong design principles built in from the beginning. We're able to do this by leveraging two of our unique strategic assets that we've been working really hard for over a decade to build at Canva. First is the world's largest content library with over 120 million design templates, images, videos, fonts, and the rest. Second is a tremendously talented team of internal experts in design and a fast-growing creator marketplace. And when we pair those two things together, it really lets us build design AI that we think is meaningfully differentiated in the market. Our creator program also then incentivizes our creators when the assets they create are used by our AI systems, which then gives them a continued investment and incentive to continue working with Canva in this AI augmented world. And as I mentioned before, in 2024, we acquired Leonardo AI, which is an incredibly powerful tool built for creative professionals, who is known for their foundation model Phoenix, which offers incredible quality and control over media-generated outputs. Together with Leonardo, we're able to unlock new possibilities of creative and visual AI, with bringing the best of both worlds together into the next generation of Canva's AI products. So, which leads us to our third strategy, which is building in a future-minded way. Fundamentally, everything that we build now at Canva is designed for change. It's incredibly important that we're able to swap new tech as breakthroughs occur so that we can continue to stay on the leading edge as new models come out every single week, every single day in some cases. A great example of this is our new image generation tool that launched 3 months after we acquired Leonardo, called Dreamlab. This brings the best of both platforms together in a way that we can leverage Phoenix's precision and control over media-generated outputs, natively generated into Canva, all powered by and backed by Canva Shield, which is our indemnity for enterprise commercial use. The focus here is on building for greater user control and less randomness over the outputs. A great example of this is the style reference feature that's built into Dreamlab, and the way that users can now generate more images from user-uploaded starting points. We've seen this as being absolutely essential for creating on-brand stock image libraries, where we also have this feature natively integrated into our brand kit, where users can then actually expand their stock photo library by creating new photos that follow their existing vibe that they've curated. One of the most unique and challenging pieces in building in this space is building incredibly strong evaluation systems to be able to understand whether your design is good. And even answering the question of whether design is good is something that many people might not fully agree on, which is why we've had to design an incredibly robust set of benchmarks for every type of design that we build, with all the different aspects of what matters in making that design great. We've had to train an internal team of experts to help evaluate all of these, so that as our fast-growing AI research team comes up with new technologies, we're able to actually get a quick read on how these things work. We've even built an internal ELO arena where these different models can get compared to each other, and actually then have those outputs generated and evaluated by AI as well. Dreamlab is just the latest innovation empowering our vision for an all-in-one AI design suite. One of the things that we've done to really understand how we add value at every step in the workflow is map our features to what we call the 4 big stages of the creative flow, and make sure that we're adding magic to each and every step along the way. One of my favorite features is helping go from chaos to clarity in the planning stage, where we can actually let users take a whiteboard, automatically sort all the sticky notes from a brainstorm, generate a summary and put that into a beautiful doc, or be able to generate a mood board using something like Magic Media or Dreamlab before you go on a creative sprint. The next step is all about actualing ideas and to actually help make them real. One of my favorite features here is about how you can rework visual elements using Magic Edit and turn that square photo into that like portrait photo when you need it, or maybe tweak that one thing in the background that you don't really want that fragment there. It just helps you get that perfect refinement in a way that you wouldn't have otherwise been able to do. Which takes us to our next phase, which is about refinement and all about adding that final polish that's required to make your work really stand out. A lot of these are like production design tasks that otherwise you might have to outsource just for somebody else to do. But now your team members can be much, much more productive in actually doing that work themselves. One of my favorites here is actually Beat Sync, which lets you match an audio soundtrack to a video to really take it to that next level of polish. The last step before you get your designs out into the world is then being able to get it ready for execution. So this is all about automating tedious tasks like adding captions to your videos, resizing that social media post to go across all sizes, and even being able to translate them to work across all of the languages that you plan to go to market in. The way that we've been able to accomplish so much in such a short amount of time is by having the right team mindset about learning and adaptation. This is really the biggest thing that we've had to change internally to help us achieve this crazy ambitious vision. Not only are we investing heavily into research and development in the visual and design AI space, but we're also helping every single engineer in the company go from idea to production with a demo, in less than a day. And we're upskilling the entire company about how to use AI on their own internal workflows, and every single product team how to build features with AI at the core. So to help wrap things up, it's not just about getting people to use your AI tools. It's all about actually what people do with your AI tools. Fundamentally, AI is a way that is completely changing how people work. Things that used to take hours can now take minutes. One great example from our internal people team, they had a conference with over 300 people in it. They had all these ideas in a whiteboard. They're able to use Magic Switch to turn that whiteboard into a doc and summarize the brainstorms and then translate it, everything so that our China team can access it as well. We see platforms like Canva as playing an absolutely critical role in the AI landscape about bringing a new level of usability to this fast evolving set of tools that we all hear about and see access to and read about in the news. We know that our users and what people need from the creative and design space better than anybody, and our relentless focus on creativity and collaboration with technology is what we believe will continue to set us apart in this AI age. Ultimately, it's all about being able to distill this really powerful technology into delightful and simple, easy to use tools. But most importantly here, and I can't underscore this enough, is all about AI accessibility, preventing people from being left behind. It's so important that as builders, we all do everything we can to remove barriers from the AI skill gap so that everybody in the world is able to benefit from these incredibly fast-moving advancements. We believe if we're able to do this well, fundamentally, there will be more human creativity in the world. People will be able to tackle projects that they wouldn't have even been able to imagine before. And in aggregate, we believe this is how you help drive societal change, helping communities embrace creative possibilities to a new level. Thank you all for listening today. I'm incredibly excited to explore this incredible technology together and to continue creating a world where design is accessible to everyone.